Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Yeah, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets done taught me, moving too bossy, we don't tread softly, but not flossy, the streets done taught me, I'm just tryna get my nigga paid. We came from Section 8, and I knew I was at since the second grade. Man, I swear my time is coming, cause I'm never late. Came from broken homes and broken dreams to getting paid.
Boss Cowboys.
Your voice matters.
Yep. Your voice matters. And it's around that time. It's that time where we gotta basically look at OTAs through the eyes of others. It's just what it is. But for all the die-hard Cowboy fans, we gonna take what we can get. Some eyes better than no eyes. You feel me? So that's what we doing today. We gonna be breaking down all the clues that's coming out through other people's eyes. Reading the Dallas Cowboys tea leaves, OTAs, notes, and clues. Is it the shoes? You already know I'm keeping an eye on them shoes. Is it the shoes? So, y'all sit back. Boss Cowboy got something to say. Let's go.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. Need no middleman, I'm the man to man, send it in. I like what I like, me, I know my rights is sipping in. I like having fun, I do what I want, it's what it is. For my son and son, for my daughters, yeah, it's for my twin. I work through the night, I do what I like, get a check, I go for the ride. I've been down the ride for the win, still move on the hush, never run for none. I face my fears, I just drop for 9 month to month, still from year to year. No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah.
James, what's up?
New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again.
Miss Lockhart.
I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich,
John.
I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again,
Black.
again. Get some checks, I invest,
Where?
and I spend a check. Spend a check, get it back, then I take a risk.
Let's go.
Only race is the human, I take care of my skin. I was doing this as a rookie, now I'm up to vet. Set the trend, set the pace of play. I don't trip, but if I fall, bet I make a way. I take trips in the fall, watch the leaves change. I like to treat every day like it's my B-Day.
Come on. Sin City.
No watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah.
Aaron in the building, and first.
New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah.
Let's hit the alarm.
I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again.
D.A. Lee.
I'm sporty and rich,
Man, let's go.
I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again.
Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Do it again, again, again.
And I need all the executives to have a seat. Let's talk ball.
Do it again, again, again.
Let's talk some ball. Got my tone today, man. It's time to get down to business, man. It's executive time. Sometimes you got to show up like you ready to go to work. You hear me? Sometimes you got to show up like you got to really show them what boss life is. Man, come on, man. Come on now. Got to show them what that boss life is. Got to take it serious sometime, man. You hear me? The truth, I see you coming in, man. What's up, everybody? What's going on? So this gonna be an interesting show today. It's gonna be interesting because obviously OTAs have started, and I already put out there that this is the time to where you gotta look at what's going on through the eyes of others. I'm gonna be honest. I like that and I don't like that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really trust other people's eyes. I don't. I trust my eyes. It's too many times other people's eyes have failed me greatly and have failed, period. So the way that I look at it, especially when I'm looking at notes that other people are writing based on what they seeing, it sometimes comes down to track record. It comes down to people who've got it right before in the past. So I do have some people that stood out, especially on some bold takes. So when you made some bold takes and you was right, then if you bold again, I pay attention even more. Isn't that fair? That's the fair way to do it. I think that's a fair way to do it. Because if you bold and wrong, then, you know, that's no good. That's want. But when you bold and right, then it helped me trust your eyes even more. And so people that, I'm gonna just say people that I've heard bold and right before was like Patrick. It was bold for him to say Bland had the type of upside as Sauce. It was a whole lot of people that, and he said that and had to put his, you know, stones on a chopping block and said it publicly, right? But when you measure the Kool-Aid on that, say, listen, the only thing you can do is say, huh. And then Aisha, you know, the two people, I'm just saying two people that's been right on bold takes that I pay attention to and I trust even more, because when you stand alone and when you say stuff that other people not saying just based on what you're seeing, that does make me trust your eyes a little bit more. Because it's a lot of people go with what's easy, they go with what's popular, and they go with what's safe. But she was the first person, I said this yesterday, she was the first person to really highlight Hunter. But not just his ability to run a ball, because everybody was talking about that. They were talking about his ability to catch, the ability to run a ball. But she was the one that was talking about his ability to block. And she highlighted it based on her eyes. So when I see certain people that's bold and right, it make me trust their notes a little bit more. Some people don't take no bold takes, so it make me hard to trust you. But I look at all their notes, all right? So obviously the first thing I focused on is them shoes. Y'all know that, man. You know, everybody might be focusing on different things, but y'all know what I'm focused on, them shoes, right? And Nick is one of the first people to really put something out about them shoes.
Is it the shoes?
So Nick came out, he said the defensive tackle, specifically nose tackle, one tech, he go spell it out. Spell it out for us, Nick. Spell it out. Not just defensive tackle. I'm talking about the nose, man. Say, talk that talk, Nick. Hold on real quick. Let me fix my stuff. I always gotta fix my stuff. I do this every time. One day I'm gonna fix it before I start. All right, it's fixed now. Let me get back to the presentation. So, specifically nose tackle, one tech. We will say that's my biggest concern, man. That's because you know ball, brother. That's because you paying attention. Yeah, everybody with common senses should be highlighting this. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at them shoes. It's a lot to look at. It's a lot that's gonna come out. It's a lot that people gonna be saying, but it's all about them shoes to me first. So that's the first thing I'm like, which one of y'all talking about the shoes?
Is it the shoes?
That's the first thing I'm looking at. Which one of you reporters is talking about the shoes? So the person that really talked about them shoes was Nick. And he said, defensive tackle room is under microscope. Thank you, Nick. First of all, let's clap it up. Because I don't agree that it's under the, I don't agree with that. Because it should be way more talk about it. It's showing that Nick is on it. That's what it's really showing. It's showing that Nick is on point. It's under the microscope because he know ball. He said, yeah, going into the summer with just 3 healthy bodies present at OTAs. Carl Davis, Justin Rogers, Denzel Daxon. The small group did a lot of work with DL coach Jeff today. So these are our guys. So I'm not gonna troll. I'm not gonna make fun. I'm not gonna laugh because I hope they work out. But I do feel sorry for our coach. I am gonna laugh. Man, what y'all doing to coach, man? Y'all got coach going out there working with the Slim Jims. Can y'all please get this man some people to really work with? Whew. I think they are. I just want them to do it right. I really want them to give us and give Zimmer what he really needs. That's the main thing that I'm looking at. So I'm gonna kind of go line by line and just kind of discuss things as I see it, right? And just, I'm gonna try to move a little bit faster than I usually do and not be as long-winded. So obviously that's the first observation. That's the first thing I'm gonna always look for every time is what are we doing and what's going on with the one text. That's the first thing I'm always looking for. That's the first thing I'm gonna search for with all the reporters. And Nick was the one who really highlighted. Day Walker, what's up? Let me take my boy Day Walker comment real quick. He said, my boy Day Walker said, hold on real quick. He said, we have to sign DT in the upcoming weeks. If not, what are we doing here? It is the biggest area of need, and without that nose tackle or one tech, our linebackers will be obsolete, especially the middle linebacker. Yeah. Especially the fact that we let Hankins go for only $2 million. So I think everybody should be concerned with that. Some people are like, oh, it's gonna work out. They talking about it, but I just want to see more than talk. I want to see more than talk. It is some timing though. They got some time. But see, I kind of will want my one tech in here while they are installing the defense. The new defense. Yeah, historically, yes. This is a good question. Historically, yes. Yeah. Historically, yes, he is a 4-3. So, the next thing, and I'm gonna just kind of walk this as it's coming in, right? The next thing, remember I talked about this yesterday. CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons, both absent from Dallas Cowboys OTAs. And I said yesterday that I'm proud of them if they was holding out to get the bag. But if you holding out for another reason, it's not making sense to me. And because now they coming out saying Michael Parsons is gonna beat her next week. So they have these updates, right? They come out with these updates every day. Okay. And one of the key updates that they saying that Parsons has not been involved in the offseason conditioning program or the first 2 weeks of OTAs, but that should change next week, according to head coach Mike McCarthy. Yes, I think there's going to be some time We'll have him next week. First of all, why is your head coach saying I think? Because this is the thing. If you holding out for money, I'm all the way with you. And I all the way agree with you. And I stand with you all the way. If you holding out to get your bag, I'm perfectly fine with that. But if you holding out because you working out, or you holding out because you doing social media, or you holding out because you got a private workout, I ain't feeling that at all. Now I'm gonna be balanced. I'm gonna be balanced because it was times to where that did make sense. And it was times to where I had friends of mine that I played ball with that actually did that. And they was right when they did it. One of my good friends, Jason Parker, a good friend to this day, and was a competitor cornerback. We competed against each other. He did one of the smartest things ever at the University of Houston. He skipped and did not do the team workouts. And he was smart for doing it. Why? To be honest, our strength and conditioning coach didn't know what he was doing. Because all of us came in there fast. I was a very cold track star coming out of Dallas, right? Running a 47 in the 400 as a junior, right? I was a sprinter, could run the quarter, and I could run long distance. They used to call me Air Tank. That was my nickname, because I could run forever. I never got tired. And we started working out with Coach Lou, all of us got slow, because he had us running Gastons. And my boy Jay Bird, he said, I ain't doing it. And he didn't. And when he came back for the season, he was more in shape. He was faster and stronger than all of us. But see, this is different. Because Mike McCarthy made it real clear. He made it real clear that these OTAs is for the young guys. My boy Jonathan say, boss, what about DT? I talked about DT first. That's the first thing I talked about. So you will have to rewind it. I'll go back to it though. I'll talk about it again. I'm gonna probably conclude talking about that. No, the OTAs is for the young guys. Mike McCarthy made that real clear. And for the young guys, you need to be an example to them boys. You need to show them what it's like to be a pro. Because how they gonna know how to be a pro? How are they gonna know how to practice? How are they gonna know the standard if the big brother is not there? Now, if somebody can give me a legitimate reason, I'm all ears. Because when it came down to him holding out to get his bag, I'm all the way with it. I would have his back 100%. But every one of them dudes got their own personal trainers. But when it's time to come together, you leave those trainers alone and you get with your team. I don't agree with this. And I don't like it. Just being all the way honest. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. I'm open if you can. But I doubt that you can. I really, because it just ain't making sense. Yeah, it just ain't making sense. Yeah, my boy Black say big brother is there. D-Law. Let me play this real quick and we go talk about it. We go keep it all. I'm gonna keep it all the way real, bro. You know, you gotta be. I gotta be honest, bro. I'ma always be honest. Y'all check this out.
Clarence cell phone start talking about Michael back in town, but not. Did you expect him back for OTAs? How much communication did you guys had, and how much is he missing with Zimmer's installing the new defense?
Well, Mike.
See, that was key what he said. Because remember, this is a. Let me go back because that question is key. Listen.
Clarence cell phone start talking about Michael back in town, but not. Did you expect him back for OTAs? How much communication did you guys had, and how much is he missing with Zimmer's installing the new defense?
This is a new defense. What workout is more important than you being involved at the beginnings of an install process of a new defense?
Well, Mike is here in town. He's been in and out. He's obviously had some unique travel opportunities.
What? He has some unique what?
Mike is here in town. He's been in and out. He's obviously had some unique travel opportunities.
All right. Tom Brady just spoke about this. Tom Brady talked about that because remember he been traveling the world, and, going to China and all it, or wherever he is. When it's time to be with your boys, you got to come home, bro. You got to come home. That has a smell of Hollywood, man. And Tom Brady said, you can focus on your brand instead of focusing on the brotherhood, but y'all won't win nothing. Oh, y'all can slap boss, but y'all ain't gonna say nothing about Tom Brady. Tom Brady said, when it's time to be with your boys, it's time. Y'all heard that right. He had some unique travel opportunities. It just sounds weird. I'm trying to be open-minded because maybe somebody can tell me something that I don't know. But I know this team, bro. And they brag too much about how this time is important. See, Barry Church and Isaiah, they talked about this. Oh no, see. Oh no. See, listen, see, you already know me. See, start laughing. See, start laughing. But it's just OTAs, but nah, bruh. No. Isaiah and them know. And Barry Church. They said this 2 years ago. Like, nah, bruh. Everybody gotta come to this. Unless you trying to get your bag. Now, if you trying to get your bag, that's different. Because see, that war is about, and this is where I was staying with Mike if it's about the bag. Y'all not even talking to my agent. So now, I ain't showing up. Nope, I ain't showing up. I'm in China. I'm busy. Cause see, y'all don't even have the respect to talk, to even start to talk. Hold on real quick. I want to say something real quick. DP, put your cash out in the chat, bro. Put your cash app. I want to do something with you, bro. Put your cash app. Yeah, put your cash app in real quick. I want to do something for you, bro. So when it come down to you getting your bag, I ain't got no problem with it. Because I don't like how they not talking to your representatives. So sometimes you got to force the conversation. I'm not mad if that's what Micah doing. And this is where it could be wee woo. All right.
This guy, see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
This could be pressure. I can't stand Eastside, bro. You is just the biggest market, bro. Can you just go, dog? I swear, bro. Like, where they make people like you at? You just, man, you are really truly annoying. Like, you are born to be annoying. And that is exactly why your Texans go and your city go forever be cursed, bro. You have not noticed? Yeah. You have not noticed that y'all cursed? But this is where it could be wee woo, and this is where I gotta be also fair to Micah Parsons. This could be the Cowboys trying to put pressure on him to come to camp by saying he is coming when they might not have even talked to him. So if they didn't talk to him and he holding out for the bag, oh, you good. Shoot, do your thing. I ain't got no problems with it. Do your thing. But thank you. Ms. Locko said I took her at Eastside. I know what that means.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
DP, put your cash up in, bro.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
Thank you, because he was getting on my nerves. I'm usually cool with that, but today he was getting on my nerves. Sometimes I just can't do East Side. It just like, oh, bruh. All right. So that's where I want to be balanced for Micah. You know what I'm saying? That's where I want to be balanced for Micah. But if Micah show up next week, I'm going to be like,
What?
Be like, bro. Nah, you should have. If you show up next week, you should have been here this week, bro. Yeah. Yeah. And I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah. Let's look at. Let's listen.
He was here Friday. Spent a lot of time with him on Friday. Actually, looks great. He's in excellent shape. So I know what he's been doing, where he's been doing it, and so forth. So he's, you know, obviously, I mean, hell, he's went all the way to Tokyo to work out. So, you know.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
He asked you about install and missing install practices, not personal workouts with personal trainers. That's wee woo.
So he's definitely getting ready physically, but you know, he's been having, you know, one-on-one meetings, you know, as far as, you know, within the structure of our operation here in the off-season program. So, you know, he hasn't missed anything as far as what's been installed.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
When did you embrace players missing the quote-unquote voluntary workouts and that kind of thing to say, this is...
When have y'all embraced that? When? Can somebody ask when have they embraced that? When has the Cowboys embraced that? Like when? I don't remember the Cowboys embracing that. I remember them for years saying and bragging about 100% attendance at these voluntary workouts, at these OTAs. I remember for years Barry Church and them talking about how important it is that everybody watches it. Everybody watches who shows up. Because this is and this is for the young guys. It's not even about just the install. Mike McCarthy clearly said this is about the young guys learning the standard.
When did you embrace players missing the quote unquote voluntary workouts and that kind of thing to say this is the way of the world now?
It started in 2011, but definitely not to this extreme. I think it was.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
The second one was 2020. I think it's gone to a different level. I think just the way the whole landscape of the league and the union and the changes they make. I mean,
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo wee woo.
I think if you're ignorant to the externals, then I don't think you're being in touch with the way to
Oh, we ignorant to the externals. That's what it is. Oh, man. We just didn't know that Dallas has all these great trainers. So install the new defense, the rookies, learning the standard from the vets. Y'all just not in touch.
Our guys and the professionals, players in the NFL are training, and and I talk about this quite often to the team, and especially to our first-year players, the importance of the relationships that our current players already do have, and how fortunate we are to be in this great city of Dallas, particularly even just North Dallas, that they have so many resources to.
So Tyler Guyton should have just kept working with Duke, right? Dak should have just said, you know what? Let me go to my backyard and work with my personal coach. I can just take the receivers with me, and I can take the rookies. Why I need to come to this? Why I need to come to these old OTAs where I get to meet these rookies and kind of and teach them the standard of how we. Why?
To tie into. So, and I think that, the older guys have paved the way. So we've always been in tune with, what's available. Just for instance, the in-season. I mean, the state program of what we do here compared to, there was feedback that was given from the veteran players of what they were already doing. Because in Green Bay, it's you don't have these resources, the number of resources. So we did so much.
Oh, it's the resources.
More internally, where here, a lot of our guys have a car wash to say of the things they do both not only here but in relationship to how we do it here to what they do away, and to you just don't want to be doubling up on it either too. So so there's just a lot of communication between the strength staff, the the training staff, and frankly the coaches are involved in those conversations too.
All right. Let me calm down, because it could be true. It could be true. It don't look right, but it could be true. Maybe. Nah. Nah. It's still. I was really trying to. All right. This is what I was getting ready to say. Maybe the coaches talk, and Micah said, "Hey man, I'm really trying to get in the groove of this training that I'm doing right now. This is some really intense technique that's gonna help my game. Coaches, I would want to get a pass on this one because this training is gonna take me to the next level. But this is why I don't buy it. Because this is only for a period. These OTAs are only for a period. And then you can go right back to your personal exact. Yeah, nah. And more importantly, this is why I don't buy it. Man, this is for them rookies, man. And leadership is always gonna be the same. It can't be. Nah, when you got new guys coming in that don't know the standard, the most important and the best athlete need to be there. And what it looked like is Mike McCarthy is doing a bad job of falling on the sword. And he frankly looking goofy. See, now Mike McCarthy don't even look like he got the power on his team. That's what it looked like. It looked like he ain't got the. Mike McCarthy is looking real goofy right now. Let me just read this. Because this is the part that makes him look goofy. Yes, I think there's going to be some time we'll have. Wait. You think or you know? He might show up, he might not. What? Nah, bro. Nah. Once again, if this isn't about him holding out to force a talk between Jerry, Steven, and his agent, I stand with him 100%. I stand with him 100%. But if this is because he got a personal invite, something special with some travel plans, bro, you put yourself above the team. You put your ambition above the team. You put your star above the star. So it just depends on which one. Cause I don't want to hear nothing about no leadership. I don't want to hear nothing. If you don't show up with them young guys, I don't want to hear nothing about no leadership. When you sit back in your chair when we pick Tyler Guyton, like, I don't want to hear nothing about no leadership. I don't want to hear nothing about discipline. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no words. I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. Nah. Nah. I gotta see it. I gotta see the action. And these are basics. Yeah. When you got some new rookies that's supposed to learn the ropes of how you do things, you show up. Period. So, going to this. I want to go to this as some more notes that I just peeped. What I peeped is also, and I was going to talk about this yesterday. It's a push. It's a big old push for Jalen Tolbert. I noticed that it's a push, and they are really, really, really starting to stress Tolbert. Now, the things they saying, I like what I'm hearing. I do. I like what I'm hearing. I do want to see it on the field. And I want to see some reports of him making plays.
We asked you a lot last year about just the difference you saw in Tolbert and how he approached the opportunity last year going into his second year. Now in his third year, building off of what he...
Hold on. My boy Blackwell said, he said, boss, if that's what it is, I want him traded for a king's ransom and made an example made. Nah, I would say no. I still want him on the team, but you got to actually go right at him. You can't talk over the surface with him. You got to make a public example. You do. Now, that's also assuming that they not really working out some kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? That's also assuming that some training somewhere was so important that he wasn't gonna be the example for them young dudes. I don't buy it. But nah, I still want the talent, but you gotta shake him up. You do. You gotta shake him up, man. And this is where he running Mike McCarthy. He running Mike McCarthy. He running Zim. And this is a real bad sign. This is a real bad sign. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. This is setting up to be selfish play again. Because your leaders got to show us about us. So, nah. Yeah, you can't just let them show up because sometimes this is what coaches do. They'll say, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing to the public, but I'm going to deal with this in private. Where I'm going to come strong. I would rather Mike do that. Where in private, you go crazy. I'm talking about rip him 2 new booty holes. Yeah. Nah, bro, because you are setting a standard. Yeah. So, nah, I wouldn't trade him. Nah. The first thing I would do is smack him. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Behind closed doors. I would have the man-to-man. I would have a real man-to-man. Like, bro. Nah. It's unacceptable for you. Because, no. With these, yeah. Now, if you holding out for your bag, I ain't got no problem with it. That's the business side of football. Handle your business. But I'm out of town? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Ain't nobody that good. Ain't nobody, nah. You still gotta set the tone right. But going back to Tolbert.
He did last year. What have you seen from him in this offseason? And where do you kind of see Tolbert in his career arc at this time?
I would say number one, I think his confidence is taking he's taking leaps and bounds in that area, and I think anything that's consistent in this game, the more confident that the individual is, his physicality, his urgency, the understanding of detail, the competitiveness vastly increases. So he's always been a very bright young man. I go back to his rookie season, and we spent some extra time together on the Sunday off days, and I mean, he had every play written out. The detail was note taking. Everything's on a remarkable or on an iPad, and when you see a guy that still uses the tablet like yourself, the old school guy, I kind of have appreciation for that. So the fact that he wrote everything out, and so the mental part of it, he's always been an A1 student, so I've been from day one, but now seeing him apply it and just playing with a tremendous amount of confidence.
Yeah. So as I'm looking at the notes from these reporters, one of the things that you get is sometimes the little things. You get the little things sometimes because, they using their eyes out there. So Nick, he made a good observation. Just kind of showing you, what some of the reporters are saying. So Nick made the observation, because, these are the type of things you observe when you just out there. He said Jalen Tolbert looks like he's added some muscle this offseason as he looks to take another step forward. So that's just certain things that you observe. The good thing about that is when you looking at these guys' physique and all that kind of stuff, that's more so just an indication that he been putting in the off-season work. So like, that's just what it is, and that's good to see. The main thing that I like that he talked about was the confidence. I love that. Because I noticed from studying receiver that confidence is probably the most important thing to receivers. Confidence. Like, y'all already know I did that research on first round receivers and the ones that did well and the ones that failed. The ones that did well or had a high success rate were the ones that came in first as what I call disciples or apprentices. So the disciples or apprentices, they did well because they wasn't taking the number one corner out the gate. They was able to cut their teeth on the nickelback or the number 3 corner or the number 2 corner. So then they developed their confidence. So eventually when they took on that number 1 corner, they was prepared for it. But the ones who was drafted to be what I called heroes had a 95% failure rate, where it was mostly mental, but they also was mentally beat up every week. So the biggest highlight that I love that I heard from Mike McCarthy that he's seeing out of Tolbert is a growth in not just the physique and the knowledge, but the confidence. So, but I want to also see that on the field, and I want to hear that from the reporters. I don't want to just hear that from my coach. I want to see the reporters saying Jalen Tolbert is looking like he is playing with a lot more confidence. Until I start hearing them say it, I'm gonna just kind of table my expectations. Yeah, just keeping it real. I want to see that. Another thing, obviously, as the reports are coming out, and I already told you we was gonna be looking at these reports and stuff like that. Another person that's being highlighted real strong and being highlighted that he showed some growth. What's up, JC? We got JC in the house. Hey, boss, looking clean. Yeah, bro, it's boss day. It's boss day, man. Sometimes you got to put on that tie, bro. When it's time for business, these boys done showed up for OTAs, man. So sometimes you got to put that tie on and let them know it's executive time, man. Hold on, for all executives, man, I need y'all to stand up. If you're an executive, man, and you got your mental tie on, I need you to if you an executive at heart, if you here to actually solve some problems and you don't mind putting a tie on when it's time to get down to business, I just need to I need to know who's the executives in the house. That's what I need to know. That's what I needed to know. But going back to Trey, the good thing about Trey is Trey had a good advantage that it looked like he took advantage of. So he was able to sit and absorb the offense slow. So that's something that we saw that worked with Love, right? That's something that we saw work with Mahomes. That's something that we allowed to happen with Trey Lance. And it looked like it's some benefits happening on both sides. Do y'all want me to lie to you or be honest with you? Y'all let me know. Do you want me to lie or be honest with you? Because I'm going to be honest with you anyway. I don't care what you say. I'm going to be honest with you anyway. There's some things about this I like and some things about this I hate. But mostly I like it. All right? This is what I like. Patrick No C. Walker reported this. My boy say, lie to me, boss. It ain't gonna happen, bro. My boy say, I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, we finna get the truth out, man.
You want answers?
I'm finna get the truth. This is the truth. This is dysfunction, but our dysfunction works for Dallas. It's crazy. I'm serious. It's crazy. See, most teams hate quarterback controversies. Why? Because it usually make both quarterbacks play bad. But our dysfunction actually likely makes Dak play good. And this is the truth. And this is where sometimes you got to be fair to them Joneses. Sometimes you do have to manage people based on what get them going. I'm just being honest. I led a lot of people. I've researched a lot of leadership principles. I'm just letting you know it's the truth. Sometimes you do have to manage people based on what get them going. If competition get your quarterback going, well, you got to keep that competition on them. Now, it's dysfunctional with most teams, but guess what? With your team, it works. Just keeping it real. That's why I say, do you want me to lie to you or keep it real? Because it's a lot of us that will want to make it safe for that. Nah, don't make it safe for them. Put that pressure on them. Huh? So, Patrick, according to Patrick, he said on Trey Lance, I noted today offline to a colleague that the young Cowboys QB looks far more comfortable than I've ever seen him in the pocket and on throws. Not long after Dak Prescott gave his view of Lance, including how a better Lance equals a better Dak. Ah, my God. Whew. This is Dak. Oof. Dak is something, bro. Dak is special. Dak is a special dude, bro. He's embracing this competition. Fully embracing. He's gotten so much better. I'm excited for where he is now. From the time that he came in. First and foremost, I think the position is 80% confidence. Obviously understanding his last situation, but for him to come in open arms, be such a great teammate, be accepted by all his teammates, and just really want to help this team. I think what changes is his mindset, and just come in really with that mindset of working and how can I get better, and asking me questions, asking Cooper Rush questions, asking coaches questions. He's calling young guys. He works his A off. Wow. On anyone who views Lance as QB1 competition, this is Dak's response. He's pushing me. I can tell you that. Whoa. Woo. I don't like to let other people get more reps than me. Trey's the person I've got to watch because he's trying to get up there in rep count. It's a testament to him and how he's putting into this. I've seen him and he's gotten better. Yeah, he can play. As long as he's getting better, I promise you I'm getting better. Oh, hey! As long as he getting better, I promise you I'm getting better. I encourage it. I I hope he pushes me.
Perfect.
I hope he makes people think. Ooh.
Perfect.
I know who I be, and I know who I am, and confident in the person and player that I am. I hope he pushes me. I want the smoke. Dak is a G.
Yoga fire.
Dracarys.
Y'all watch how Dak play. Dak mean that too. Listen, bro. See, why was Dak the MVP last year? I'm gonna keep saying that he was the MVP last year. But when does Dak play like where he get crazy? When does Dak just lock in? Come on now. When does Dak lock in? The more pressure you put on him with competition. Some people get up for competition. See, you know who else was like that? Michael Jordan. See, Michael Jordan, you know what people learned about Michael Jordan? Don't piss him off. Don't challenge him. That's what people learned about. If you wanted Michael Jordan to go crazy, talk smack to him. That's what people learned the hard way. When people tried Jordan, that's when you got Jordan. This dysfunction actually works and is good leadership by them Joneses. I'm pretty sure they didn't mean it. They didn't mean it to be that way. They wanted leverage. But what they actually did was created a monster. See, you wanted some petty leverage, but you got you a quarterback that's gonna be playing like the fourth person of the holies of the Trinity. See, you created a monster trying to be messy. God the Father, God the Word, Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and Dak Prescott. That's what you created. Yeah. Dysfunction done created a monster. Dak finna go out here and boom. Man, you can count that. You can count that. You can count it. Man, say, listen, man. Listen. Oh, man. So let me just show y'all a little bit more on this type of stuff. Because I told you, I look at all these media people. I look at all of them. Because this is the time where you have to basically see it through their eyes. So, you know, when they talking, I'm paying attention. I'm trying to get every clue. I'm trying to learn on my team up and down. I'm trying to know my team like the back of my hand. That's just me, man. And Nick Harris just doing a great job. Nick Harris, let me tell y'all something. Y'all clap it up for Nick Harris, man. He doing great, bro. Goodness gracious. That boy Nick Harris, man. He say Trey Lance on his time in Dallas so far as he approaches a QB2 battle. He said, I think the biggest thing for me is I've learned a lot about myself and who I am on and off the field. This offseason, I've been at my best physically, mentally, spiritually, knowing who I am and where I am. I like that. I love that. I'm glad that he is really at his best right now. I love it. And then when you look at Dak, same Nick said, Dak Prescott has had a busy offseason. that has grabbed headlines regarding a potential extension. But he was the same number 4 commanding the offense and taking control on Wednesday. If there's a lot on Prescott's mind, he's done a good job of not showing it. Man, if that don't, boy, I swear, if that don't excite you, that this dude is just cool, that he's in a zen mode right now. He's zen, he locked in. Ooh. Yeah, this is a good question. He said, boss, my question is this why they didn't do this to Romo to make him improve? Like I said, bro, I don't think they did this to make Dak Prescott better. I think they did it for leverage. But I think their nefarious move actually just makes him better. Like, when does Dak Dak broke over 10 all-time records as a rookie. When Dak had Romo breathing down his neck, Dak was almost perfect as a rookie. People got to think. He broke over 10 all-time records. And remember, he was just thrown out there. Maybe it's the pressure. Maybe the competition is what makes this man rise up to crazy levels to where he locks in and he gets into a zen mode. Like, you not finna beat me. So, and they probably didn't do Romo like that because Romo probably couldn't handle it. Just being honest. It just show you the mental capacity of Dak, man. It show you, and it just also show you how crazy our fans are. A lot of our fans don't even know what they got. They don't even understand how most quarterbacks break under quarterback pressure. Why do you think Trey Lance even over here? Huh? Because they didn't want no pressure on Purdy. They didn't want pretty Purdy looking behind him. They wanted him to be able to play with no pressure. They didn't want the fans fighting each other. They wanted the fans to get behind one quarterback. So let's get rid of Trey Lance. Let's go with Sam Darnold. We want our quarterback to have a cool mental head. Yeah. You remember what they did to Jones in New England? Yeah. Because, see, Cam Newton beat him out. Cam Newton had a better preseason. And what did they do? They said, yeah, he played better, but we still got to let him go. Because his voice is too strong in the locker room. His voice, Cam Newton still has a leadership voice, and we have to let him go. Yeah. Yeah, you remember what happened to the Prince of London in Philly? Yeah. Wentz. Yeah. Just drafting Hurts broke him. Just that little bitty competition of Hurts broke him mentally. But our fans watch Dak rise up under this and say, yeah, he better. So guess what? That's gonna make me. Gonna make me better. A better Lance equals a better Dak. I accept the challenge. So the pressure that broke most quarterbacks makes your quarterback rise up, but a lot of our fans want him gone. I just don't get it. Hey, that's y'all. Cool. That's fine. So just kind of continuing real quick, man. I'm just kind of taking it all in. So I addressed mostly, the notes, the most recent notes from the updates. So we already spoke on Tolbert. We already spoke on Trey Lance. Now I want to get to kind of some of the notes. I'm gonna go through this fast. Okay, I'm gonna blaze through this lightning fast. Okay. So I want to start with Patrick because Patrick, he wrote the most notes. And when you put in the most work, then I need to feature you first. Like, you know, when you really went out your way to kind of give as much as possible, then I want to feature that. Okay. So he gave his observations from Wednesday. All right. He bulleted it. If you want the full one, you can expand it for the full post, as well as he wrote an article on it. All right. I would recommend you read it. But I'm going to go from the bullet so I can lighten and quick this thing. Zeke / Rico both got solid splits on first team. I wish I knew who came out there first. That would give me a clue. Now, I did want to say something about the Rico Zeke thing. I know it's a lot of people that want and believe that Rico should be the starter. I totally disagree with that. Not because of Rico ability. I think Rico has more explosion than Zeke. I do. I really do. I see more juice in Rico. But I'm also not ignorant to his major injury history. It's epic. It's epic. So I know a lot of people just like, you know what? Let's start Rico. Do you really want Rico going out first, taking the majority of the carries? What you think will happen? What you think will happen? Like somebody that's injury prone, I want them coming off the bench. Literally on a pitch count. I want his touches limited. Very limited. Why? Because I'm trying to preserve him through the whole season. So that's just my take on it. Some people think different on that, but I think most of it is just being anti-Zeke. But if I'm trying to really think for the whole season, yeah. I want him RB2. Yeah. And on the pitch count. Even though I see more explosion in him. I do. I saw more explosion in him than Pollard. So that's my opinion on that. So then it's BB and Guyton with second team. All right. So I spoke about that yesterday on what I want to see. So I talked about some players you give it up and stop playing. Some of them you make them earn it. So it looked like with them two, they making both of them earn it, right? It's a benefit to that. Let's just talk about the benefit. If you making both of them earn it, even though you pretty much know both of them are better, right? Or you assuming that both of them gonna be better, the benefit of at least making them earn it in the beginning, when you make them boys earn it, the good thing about it is it makes them have to push. And sometimes what you're trying to do is you're trying to get them to max out. Sometimes you don't just want to give people the starting jobs because it creates an entitlement. You don't want to create entitlement. You want them boys and you want everybody to know you beat me fair and square. You was better than me. Another reason why sometimes you don't want to just give people the job is because you might need those guys that you pushed in the forehead. You want to also manage the morale of the guys that you might need. Nobody wishing this on anybody, but what if BB get hurt? And you basically communicated, we don't believe in you. Now, we want to give y'all chance. We want to give you your chance. And we go grade the film side by side. Because we already know, come on, y'all. We already know Chuma versus Guyton. Come on, y'all. We already know, so we ain't gonna make that hard. We know this competition ain't gonna last too long. This competition is about trying to get the most out of the guys that you drafted. This is about trying to get them to develop. This is about to get them to max out and push and having to fight for a job. So I don't agree with it. Disagree with it. Now, when it comes to Guyton, though, don't play this game too long. Don't play this game too long. He got too big of a gauntlet that he go face. All right? And you going to need them boys to get that cohesion going. You going to need it. You go definitely need it. So I'm cool with it for now, but don't get goofy like you did with Tyler Smith. Don't get goofy where you tried to really make it a competition between McGovern and Tyler Smith. That competition lasted way too long. It was like, bruh, okay, I get it. I get it. Feel me? Okay, we get that you didn't want to draft Tyler. We get it. Okay? But you are being goofy right now. The fact that you was ignoring the fact that he was having epic pancakes from day one just showed that sometimes these coaches can be goofy. For real. But you can see the signs coming, though. You can see the signs coming. It's already coming, y'all. Nick Harris, again, doing a good job where they preparing for it, y'all. They preparing for it. You know what I'm saying? You know? So they already got them dudes working together. Tyler Guyton and Tyler Smith gave us an early glance today at what the left side of the Dallas offensive line could look like for the foreseeable future. So keep in mind that you have two different reporters that might be saying two different things. So Patrick Notes was basically saying that he saw Adoga and Hoffman with the first team, and that's probably what happened in team. But when they was working in individuals, right, they actually giving them the individual work together. You know? So, which basically is giving you a clue that they basically just making Guyton and likely even BB have to earn it. But they already putting them boys side by side, preparing them for the inevitable. You know, just keeping it real. So just going also keeping up with Patrick Notes. He said, you know, Tolbert and Brooks both got first team reps. That's not surprising because CeeDee Lamb is not there. So, you know, I'm not gonna make too much into that. Now, what I do like is I kept seeing what I've been wanting to see and what Henny and I talked about in depth 2 days ago. We talked about it Monday. We wanted to see more of Turpin. And I do love when you start seeing what you've been wanting to see, right? Turpin first team deep fade to Dak. And Turpin heavily targeted in 7-on-7s with Dak. I love it. 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 A lot of us been calling for that. A lot of us been wanting to see that. Also, one of the things that's important is I love it when you have different reporters saying the same thing. So Jess said, don't sleep on Cavonte Turpin being a possible wide receiver 3 this year. He has a great day at OTAs, especially when taking reps with the one-on-ones. So notice that, because see, this is the thing. I've been out to them practices. It's different things going on at the same time, right? So Patrick could have been watching the D-line go at it, which he also referenced because he talked about kneeling and winning. Well, that's a one-on-one period. Well, Jess was probably watching the one-on-ones with the receivers versus the corners. She referenced Turpin doing this thing in the one-on-ones. Patrick referenced it from the 7-on-7s, which is basically saying he was winning all day. And notice that Patrick highlighted Turpin from team and 7-on-7, and she did it from one-on-one. It just looked like a very good first day for Turpin. That's also what a lot of us been wanting to see. That's why you got to keep up with all these reporters. You got to listen to them. Because when you start seeing different reporters from different vantage points, seeing something similar, that's a very good sign. And plus, and most importantly, that's also what a lot of us been wanting to see. And I know the fans are smart. Now, a key thing also to highlight is just Patrick being bold. Remember I told you, I like it when you bold and right. When you bold and right once, you probably gonna be bold and right again. You know, he's somebody who trusted his eyes with Bland. He trusted his eyes, right? And made a bold stance that took some nuts. When you start talking about he could be just as good as Sauce, yeah, you set yourself up to get hit across your chin and trolled for the next 10 years. But he got the last laugh being bold. So when he say that Florney, quickness in and out of his breaks is lethal, I like the word lethal. I love the word lethal. I love it. And I love it when he highlight. See, because I know Dak do real good with them route runners. Dak is just way better with route runners. And he also highlighted Trey Lance. Then he highlighted Nealon on several reps. I love it. You know, the only thing about that is they don't have the pads on yet. So that's advantage to the defense. They don't really have nothing to kind of be able to hold on it and put them big mitts on. You know, so yeah, defense go win a lot and they go look all world. When them pads come on and where I can actually dunk you on your head, it get different. Then Leofile, you know, rotating between the ones and the second team is something that's important too. Media people, I need y'all to do me a favor though, because ain't none of y'all did this. I need to talk to y'all, all of y'all. I need y'all to huddle up. We need to have a meeting. Can some of y'all put some notes out on the safety? I want to know what's going on with the safety competition. I'm cool with these notes, but the real notes that I really want to know about that I didn't see today is the safeties. It's too many safeties. I need to know what's going on with the safeties. I need to know who's starting. I need to know how they plan. I need to know where they at. Where is Bell? Can somebody talk about that? I know it's a lot going on, but I need some of y'all to focus on the safety room for me, please. Yeah, I'm serious about that too. I need somebody to focus on that safety room. For real. It's a lot of good safeties. Most likely we ain't gonna keep them boys. So we need to know from y'all who winning in that competition. Because nobody talked about that today. I need to know that. Keeping it real. But then he talked about Carson reps, all keyword all in the boundary. Now I wanna kind of shed some light on that. When he say Carson reps was all in the boundary, when you playing boundary corner, you are playing on short side of the field. Now, when you're on the short side of the field, what does that mean? What does that mean? What that means is also the quarterback has a shorter throw. Okay. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That mean they giving him some reps that's where you have to be tight in coverage. You have to be tight in coverage. So I remember when I was in college, whenever we had zone coverage, right? And then the receivers would go in motion and leave a single receiver in the boundary, it was automatic press man. And we used to call it silver. It was a silver call. So the safety would give me a silver call. So if a guy went in motion and the receiver was now in the boundary by himself, that's the short side of the field. Because remember, it's 2 hash marks. And the ball is put on the hash mark based on the action of the previous play. So let's say if they ran the ball to the right, then the ball go be on the right hash. If then they run the ball and you make a catch in the middle, they go put it in the middle of the field. Let's say then they run if they throw the out route on the left side, they go put the ball on the left hash. So if it's on either one of the hash marks, that short side is called the boundary. So the fact that he kept lining up in the boundary, meaning they was challenging him as a corner to have to play everybody tight. That's a good sign of them saying they really pushing him at practice. That's also an indication that they believe in Carson. I would want to know, how did he do in the boundary? That's one more note I would want to know from Patrick or anybody. How did he actually do? You know, because if you're on the field side, what does that mean? Think about it from common sense. If you playing field side corner, what does that mean? That means the quarterback has a longer throw. That means you have more time to react. That's why you put your better corners in the boundary. So I just wanted to explain that. All right, so that's Patrick notes. Great job, Patrick. Appreciate that. Then I obviously showed Jess, and then Aisha. I'ma always look at Aisha because I think Aisha has great eyes. I think that's the thing about Aisha. Aisha, she's gifted. Her eyes are good. You know, that's a gift. Like, everybody ain't got that. Like, she notices things that other people don't notice. So, and she noticed sleepers well. That's one thing I like about Aisha. Like, I was so impressed when she really broke down Hunter's ability. And then as the season progressed, I began to see it. And I did a film breakdown of it. I love the fact that she saw it early, you know? So she has, everybody ain't got that. It's a lot of people watch film, but everybody ain't got good eyes. Because when you got good eyes, you basically gifted at being observant. You're very observant. And she's very observant. And she said, just want to add that Jalen Cropper looked explosive out his breaks today. See, Jalen Cropper is a no-name. But she's saying, and she ain't going with the crowd. She going with her eyes. That's bold. And see, and I trust people like that. Because it's easy to brag on Cooks and it's easy to brag on Trey Lance. But when you say the nobody look good, the no-name, I don't mean to call him a no-name. I'm not disrespecting him. Y'all know what I mean. The one that ain't nobody looking at. So, the last thing that I want to do, y'all, real quick, is I just wanted to kind of go through my last, and I told y'all I was going to fly through this, and I'm doing a good job of it. I've really kept my promise on that. I'm not being long-winded in this. The last person that I want to really go through, who I think did a real good job of keeping us updated on Twitter today, is Nick. So Nick Harris, we already talked about his stuff with Trey and Dak. I appreciated that. We already talked about Tyler Guyton and Tyler Smith. He did a good job of that. We talked about them shoes, and he was honest, and he was one of the few that focused on the shoes. I appreciate you, Nick, for focusing on them shoes, because we not serious enough about them shoes. I'm glad that we got a football mind who know how to really focus.
Is it the shoes?
And he did focus on them shoes. You know, showed a picture of Don Stevens so you can kind of see what they was talking about, where they was saying that he looked bigger, and he does. You can see it, you know, and I like that, you know, where he giving us the observation. The other thing that I really like about what Nick did is he showed us Overshawn, but he made the most important observation. DeMarvion Overshawn is itching to get back on the field as he added 12 to 13 pounds of lean mass. See, that's important. See, that means he put that weight on the right way. That means he gonna still be athletic with that weight. That's not dirty weight, you know? So that's just another good observation by Nick, who not just giving us what's going on at practice, but he giving us those things we needed to see, like the frame, you know, and giving us evidence of it with the picture, you know. Now this pissed me off. Then, you know, obviously it's pissed me off, man, because I'm sick of this. It's like, because this was also obvious in college. he was very injury prone in college too, y'all. So Dallas, don't do the our guys thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, we got a lot of good tight ends. Okay, I'm sick of this Matt Walesko stuff where, hey, and Noah Brown stuff to where you can get hurt every OTAs and training camp and they still keep you. It's like, no, if the best ability is availability, at some point, you got to start holding your injured guys accountable. And the guys that be a lot of times injured is your guys. Now, I was over here hoping for him, right? Basically saying, I hope you respond to the pressure of the new room. And we might not even see you. Hamstrings and all this kind of stuff. Same thing happened last year. Yeah, man. So anyway, that just pissed me off. But I appreciate that, you know, Nick and everybody else that's kind of keeping us, you know, informed of what's going on. You know, this was just a feel-good picture with Dak and Zeke together. Most people don't care about that. I'm cool on that as well. Another camp so far where it looked like Brandon Cooks is killing, right? Because everybody keep, and it's happened last year where he was the talk of all the camps, and then they stopped targeting him during the season. It could happen again. And you know, obviously this picture, man, don't do him like y'all did Gallup.
Is it the shoes?
Don't do it. Don't rush that man. Man had shoulder surgery. And y'all got them itty bitty shoes up in here. Yeah. So anyway, let me turn on these phones real quick, man. Let's take some calls, y'all. You know, hold on. Let me make sure. I just need to make sure one thing real quick. I just need to look at something. Oh, no. Before we do that, going back to Mozzie. I told y'all I noticed when Mike McCarthy get chippy. All right. Mike McCarthy was a little bit chippy on some things. I want y'all to notice what he got chippy over. Y'all check this out. Yeah, and then we go take some calls.
Nick Harris, DallasCowboys.com. What will Monty Smith's work look like over the course of the next couple of weeks, if any?
Well, he's still in the rehab group, so he'll be working primarily with our rehab guys, and then when he's done there, he'll obviously he's in all the meetings and does everything else.
Do you guys have an ideal weight for where y'all want him on the field?
I'm not going to put that out. Yeah, I won't even talk about my own weight, for God's sakes.
Why you chipping? Why that piss you off? What was wrong with that question?
With our rehab guys, and then when he's done that.
Oh, so we can't know ideal weights now? Why does that bother you, Mike? Does that bother you because it bothers Zimmer? Does it bother you because front office ain't got you your guy yet? Does it bother you because could they be in goofy like they did with Michael Gallup, trying to force their guy out there? Did anybody see something inappropriate about that question? Why did he have to get fly at Nick like that?
He'll obviously, he's in all the meetings and does everything else.
Do you guys have an ideal weight for where y'all want him on
Yeah,
the field?
I'm not going to put that out. Yeah, I won't even talk about my own weight, for God's sakes.
My question is it the shoes? Is it the shoes that got you chippy?
Is it the shoes?
I think it's them shoes. Them shoes got you chippy, don't it? Yeah. Yeah. It's the same reason Zimmer was like, I hope so. It's the same reason Zimmer like, I hope so. Is it the shoes that got you acting like that? I think it's them shoes. What y'all think? What y'all think? For real, I'm serious. What you think? I don't even know my own way, for God's sake. Why you won't fly with nobody all day until they start talking about this boy weight.
He's in all the meetings and does everything else.
Do you guys have an ideal weight for where y'all want him on the
Yeah,
field?
I'm not going to put that out. Yeah, I won't even talk about my own weight, for God's sakes.
Okay. Well, we watching. You know, we go see how y'all do it. Cause we saw y'all do it with Michael Gallup. We saw it. Y'all tried to run him out there gimping along. He had to tell y'all himself, I'm not ready for game 1. Yeah. He had to tell them, man, I ain't crazy enough to go out there right now. Yeah. All right, man. I'm just keeping my eyes open. This is another time he got chippy. All right. So he got chippy twice. Okay. Because I told you I'm starting to notice a pattern.
And on the 90-man roster, I believe there are 4 empty roster spots.
Yeah.
What's influenced that? Why?
I think it's just kind of where we are.
On a 90-man roster, you got 4 roster spots that ain't full. And you know that's Michael Gelkin. Michael Gelkin, bro, he be asking them questions, bro. Michael Gelkin, boy, I'm telling you. Woo-wee. He pissed off Mike McCarthy with that one.
Like I said, we're never done. I actually met with Will for quite some time this morning. So yeah, it's just we got plenty.
You met with who this morning? Well, why you meeting with Will? Huh? What you having to? Why you? Why you be with Will? What was that meeting about? Could it be what Gelkin was talking about? Why ain't they filled them 4 spots? Like huh? Could it be what Gelkin was talking about? Huh? And why you get chippy? I keep seeing the pattern that you get chippy, big dog. Why you be getting chippy, man? What Michael Gelkin do? Huh? He just asked you a basic question. Hold on real quick.
And on the 90-man roster, I believe there are 4 empty roster spots.
Yeah.
What's influenced that? Why?
I think it's just kind of where we are. Like I said, we're never done. I actually met with Will for quite some time this morning. So yeah, it's just we got plenty. We got plenty really good players.
We got plenty
Players to practice and get ready. So.
Oh, we got plenty to practice and get ready. We got plenty.
Oh, you see this guy? Number 1 bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
You see how y'all got y'all head coach looking? Y'all got y'all head coaching looking goofy. We gotta get rid of this Hollywood stuff, Dallas. Y'all got y'all head coach out there trying to cover for foolishness. For real. Yeah, you got him looking straight goofy, showing straight agitation at the goofiness.
We're never done. You know, I actually met with Will for quite some time this morning. So yeah, it's just we got plenty. We got plenty really good players to practice and get ready. So just kind of where we are. We were 88 this time last year, weren't we?
Oh, we was 88 this time last year, wasn't we? Watch Michael Gilkin. Y'all got Michael Gilkin messed up. Watch Michael.
I knew it wasn't this low, but yeah.